The light was dim, the classroom silent, except for the scratching of pens. Rosie, a young and enthusiastic teacher, was bent over her students' notebooks. Her gaze fell upon one particular notebook, Alex's. Alex was different from the other children. His world was enclosed within himself, a fortress surrounded by the walls of autism. But in his writing, there was a depth, a sensitivity that touched Rosie. Rosie began to pay more attention to Alex. She sensed that behind his silence lay a bright mind and a lonely heart. She would talk to him, patiently answer his questions, and resolve his confusions. Slowly, Alex began to open up to her. A new spark appeared in his eyes, a faint smile on his lips. Time passed, and Rosie found a special place for Alex in her heart. It wasn't just a teacher-student relationship. Alex's innocence, his sincerity, his ability to see the world from a different perspective drew Rosie in, and Alex, who had experienced such attention and affection for the first time in his life, began to consider Rosie his everything. A silent bond formed between them. Their meetings extended beyond the classroom. They would discuss books, wonder in nature, understanding each other's silences. Rosie broadened Alex's world, and Alex introduced Rosie to a new perspective on life. Then, one day, something happened that changed everything. Rosie realized that a new guest was about to arrive in her life. Upon hearing this news, she became anxious. A teacher and student relationship, and now a child. What would people say? How would society view them? When Alex heard this, he remained silent. Rosie feared that perhaps he would leave her. But then, Alex took her hand, looked into her eyes, and said, "Rosie, we will do this together. I don't care what the world says. You and this child are my world." Their decision was not easy. They faced criticism, endured taunts, and bore the hateful gazes of people. But a strong wall of love stood between them, capable of withstanding any storm. Time passed, and Rosie gave birth to a beautiful child. Alex proved to be a loving father. He took care of the child's every need, supporting Rosie at every step. Gradually, people's bitterness lessened. They saw how much Alex and Rosie loved each other, and how much they cared for their child. A few years later, they got married. The laughter of another child echoed in their home. Alex and Rosie decided to share their life experiences with others. They opened a counseling center for people with ADHD and ASD. They would tell people that love knows no differences. It only understands the connection of hearts. Their story became one that conveyed a message of hope and acceptance. It showed that love has no limits, no conditions. It simply exists, pure and selfless. And that if two hearts are true, no power in the world can separate them. Now let's go to increase vocabulary. Enthusiastic, adjective, showing strong excitement or interest in something. Example, she was enthusiastic about starting her new job and arrived early on the first day. Autism, noun, a developmental condition that affects how a person communicates, interacts, and experiences the world. Example, his younger brother was diagnosed with autism and received special support at school to help with social skills. Innocence, noun, the state of being free from guilt or wrongdoing, also used to describe childlike purity. Example, the child's laughter was full of innocence and joy. Anxious, Adjective: feeling worried, nervous, or uneasy about something. Example: she felt anxious before giving her speech in front of the whole class.